Bid is traditionally known to be a drought prone district. Whenever we try to analyze the number of droughts in a certain period, then we just come to know that in a period of 10 years, at least 4 droughts are seen. Like every 4 years, we have to witness at least one drought in Bid. Whenever we witness drought, actually the impact is something, just very severe impact, because this is a region, this is a district where the more than 90% of the agriculture is rain fed. Whenever we have drought or witness drought, we just see a major loss on farm income basically. And whenever we just think of facing drought, we normally have two kinds of approaches: short term approach and long term approach. In the short term approach, we just try to mitigate the impact of drought. The drought causes water scarcity, this drought causes water scarcity, and drought causes income losses. On all these three fronts, we just try to mitigate the losses by implementing some short term schemes and measures. But the question basically is, can we make a district or a village drought free? If we think in terms of the place like Bid, the average rainfall of Bid district is not really very high, it is very less only. Our average rainfall is 666 millimeter every year. And when I am just seeing that in last 3 years, what is the percentage rainfall? Rainfall percentage is not really more than 50%. We already have a very less average, and we are also seeing less rainfall. So this is a very scary situation. Now when we simply analyze the problems that are caused by drought, sometimes it stimulates tensions hard to solve. It raises the question of survival for the people of this region in the days to come. So, but now we are really hopeful that the kind of a scheme we are going to implement or we are implementing will be really giving us the results which was really long overdue. We have implemented, or we are actually we are already doing a program. We call it JALYUKT SHIVAR. JALYUKT SHIVAR is a program in which we are just trying to solve the need of the water in a village. Like we just go for the assessment, we just go for the need assessment of a village, how much water is required for a village for the purpose of irrigation, for the purpose of like feeding the cattle, for the purpose of like drinking, or like all other ways we need water. So we make water budget for a village, and then we just try to go for seeing whether we are having adequate structures just to conserve water of, like just suppose we are getting rainfall, do we have the enough structures to conserve the rainwater? So that is the actual approach. All the programs we are going to have in this scheme, or we are having, is very low cost scheme. Our schemes in JALYUKT SHIVAR is not of very high cost, it is very cost effective. Basically we are thinking there are many schemes in a village or in a certain cluster or the district itself. The old schemes, the old works which are now which have fallen into disuse. Like suppose there is a cement nala bunds, or if there is a small weirs in a village which was in the use like 15 years back, but now because of silt or because of the need of a small repairs, this has fallen into disuse. So we just try to target on those works basically, like we have to spend very less money and the kind of results we can see will be really huge. This is the whole idea. So in this scheme we just try to have a total kind of idea and a mapping of the old works which have fallen into disuse. After that we are studying the village geography and the entire topography. Suppose there is a village where we have no slope of land, we will be taking only kinds of compartment bunds compartment bunds in the farm areas where we can conserve water, and this water will be increasing the moisture content that is required for the crops. And this water conservation work that is called compartment bunding will actually lead to increase in the water level of wells also, and all kinds of needs can be actually met through this work. If there is a village, if there is a ridge area, if there is an area where we have slope from 5 degree to 25 degree, then we go for creating deep continuous trenches. Those trenches will be actually conserving rainwater, and after that this water will be percolated and it will recharge the wells in the other areas of the villages. And we are also seeing, do we need some other works, like there is a, if there is a plain area, we can go for cement nala bunds. That is a very simple work. Whenever we classify an area, we have to see in terms of runoff area or storage area. In the simple storage area, we go for creating cement nala bunds or compartment bunds. And the areas where we are seeing some kind of the runoff, we are going to create this deep CCT, this deep continuous contour trench. So, these are the important works which we are going to do and we are doing, and mostly as we are just planning that, we are also going to repair the old structures. This is going to be very cost effective. When we made the water budget for each and every village, we just came to know that this overall cost for a village is not exceeding more than 1 crore. In my district, we have 1403 villages. So, if we are having a budget which requires at least 1 crore for a village, I think it would be difficult to just do work in all the villages in a year. So, we are taking up villages in phase wise. In the first phase, we had taken up 271 villages. In the phase 2, we have taken up 256 villages. And we have an aim to achieve this work in all the villages in a period of 5 years. So, we are thinking that by 2019, we will be covering all the villages, means all 1403 villages will be covered in a period of 5 years. So, we are just going phase wise. Now, we can see, like we are working since 2014, we are working since January 2014. Now, in a period of almost 2 years, it is going to be 2 years. In 2 years period, we have made at least 300 villages drought free. When we witness drought, we are thinking in terms of drought mitigation. Drought mitigation means we are trying to arrest the impact of drought. We are trying to arrest the impact means we are trying to cater water to the villages if there is water scarcity in the village. We are trying to make available fodder in a village where there is a fodder scarcity, and we are also trying to mitigate the income loss, that is basically the main problem of our farmers. But in this JALYUKT SHIVAR program, our basic aim is to make a village drought free. Now, the question is, how can we make a village drought free if we have no rainfall? If you think carefully, if you analyze the entire pattern, you never see that in a certain year we have no rainfall at all. Even if we have less rainfall average like 606 millimeter, there has to be at least 200 millimeter of rain. Even if we are having very scanty rain, even if we are having very bad rainfall that year, rainfall average won't go down like it has to be at least 200 or 300. Maximum, if there is a scarcity here, it won't go down to 50 basically. So, it is very clear that even in a drought year we get some rain. So, now the question is, are we able to conserve every drop of rainwater? So, we have done, or we are doing the same thing in this program. There are we have so many examples. Even in Maharashtra state, there are villages where the average rainfall is very less, like 300 millimeter, but those villages are drought free, because in a very smart way, in a very scientific way, in a very apt way, the water conservation works have been done. So, we are doing the same thing here. So, in this program, we have actually tried to measure, we have tried to assess the needs of all the villages. We have made a very clear plan. For a village, there has to be a budget of at least 1 crore or 80 lakhs or 1 crore 20 lakhs, on average 1 crore. In this budget, we will be proposing this many work. There can be 2 cement nala bunds, there can be 100 hectares of compartment bunds, there can be 200 hectares of deep sea city. So, these are the ideas, and we are implementing the same thing in all the villages, and this is going to be actually a very successful program, because we are seeing the results in Bid district. As of today, I can see that, I can think with confidence that our programs, our objectives are 100% successful, because people themselves are saying that they are seeing a very unprecedented and historical works in their villages. In this year, actually I am just seeing that there are more than kind of 5,000, 6,000 wells which are recharged, but those wells were never recharged in last 5 years. We are also seeing the kind of 50,000 hectare area which are getting irrigated indirectly just by the works we have done in that area. So, it is a very successful program, and we are very confident that in a period of 5 years we will be able to make our district drought free. So, how basically we actually just went ahead since beginning is a very interesting story. This program is a flagship program of Government of Maharashtra. Honorable Chief Minister has made it very clear, and on many occasions, in many workshops, in many meetings, through IEC campaign, through the campaigns of information, education and communication, people are told about this program. Government officers, the agencies who are working, the people at large, they have been taught the importance of this program. Water Conservation Department, I mean, they have actually done wonderful work. The Guardian Minister of Bid district, all the MLAs, all the people's representatives, everyone has shown enthusiasm and zeal. Government officers have worked in a coordination, because this program has to be done in a coordination. This program has to be done with a convergent approach. This program is being done not only by a certain department, it is being done by all the departments like Agriculture Department, Irrigation Department, Revenue Department, Forest Department. All the departments are given some tasks. Everyone is thinking that it is my responsibility. So, we have made it a kind of a program which is based on idea of convergence. If there is already ongoing programs like IWMP, Integrated Watershed Management Program, if we are having a program like MG Narega, if we are having program like RIDF, all other programs, it has been clubbed, it has been actually brought in one umbrella, and basically we are making one plan for the one village, just kind of we are also creating a resource envelope of all the programs. So, we have actually done so many meetings on this issue. We have conducted many visits. Being a district collector, I have visited around more than 150, 160 villages in a period of 1 year, just to speak to people, just to try to reach to the people, just kind of make people aware about the importance of water. People have given tremendous response. I mean, through this program, we have also come closer to people at large. Like, there has been a kind of distance between people and administration. Through this program, we have had wonderful opportunity to go to people themselves, to go to villages, to meet people. Like, we are organizing workshop, a discussion in a corner of a village in the morning, in the evening, in the daytime. So, this has given opportunity to district collector and as well as all government functionaries to be very close and near to our people. Another important feature of this program is a huge people's participation. Like, in the first phase, we had taken up to 71 villages. Almost entire village has shown unprecedented zeal and enthusiasm for this program. People are actually thinking that this is their own program. We have been able to inculcate a sense of ownership in the minds of the people. Like, we do so many programs, like it may be water supply programs, it may be road works, like several other programs. People are interested to know what this work is. after right to information, people are actually trying to know what kind of work it is. But are we actually able to make it sure that people are thinking that this is their own work? Until unless we do a huge campaign, until unless we try to mitigate the distance between administration and people, we cannot inculcate, we cannot actually create the sense of belongingness, the sense of ownership. To make this program success, we have done this. We have bridged the gap between people and our administration. There is no gap at all. This plan, this program is entirely shaped and implemented by the people themselves. For each and every village, we have actually made it sure that there has to be a Gram Sabha. Each and every person of the village will have to attend the Gram Sabha. They will have to give their consent for this program. They will be having a supervision of this program. And people are actually owning up. There is no complaint. For the first time, I am telling you, when we implement government programs, we receive 1,000 complaints about the implementation. But in this program, if we are doing 1,000 works, hardly 4 or 5 complaints are received in a period of 1 year. So this is the major success. This is the biggest success of this program, that people are actually accepting it. If entire community come together, there is no place of complaints or wrongdoings. So this is the reason behind the success of this program. And we also saw a very different feature, a very interesting feature about this program is that there are some villages where people have donated funds for this. Many businessmen, many civil society organizations, like those who are engaged in social services, NGOs basically, they have come together. They have come to us, they have donated fund for this program. They have actually, they themselves have gone to a village that, okay, we are going to work in this village, we have allowed them, we have actually welcomed them. And this is very interesting, like in a period of 2 years in Bid district, I am very happy that more than 70 crores, more than 75 crores funds are basically raised by the people themselves, through NGOs, through businessmen, through several other organizations. Some personalities like Sri Nana Patekar. Nana Patekar ji himself has done tremendous work in my district, in Bid district, through his foundation called NAM Foundation. He was helping farmers in distress, but he also did lots of work related to water conservation. His people, his organization have done really good work. And like Pani Foundation of Sri Amir Khan, there are many groups like Samast Mahajan Group, Seva Bhavi Sanstha like Manav Lok. There are many people and many organizations, they have done real great works in this district. We are seeing a different kind of culture now.